So, how does child support destroy a man's life, you ask? Well, I'm going to be honest here. It's not usually just the child support that destroys his life. It's everything around the child support, plus the child support. The child support's the cherry on top of the whole thing. But your question is the child support. So I will give you a few examples, and they're usually the case in a lot of these women that just abuse the system. And before I go into those examples, I'm going to say this. We now live in a world where 2 incomes is what's required in order to live in a house or a regular life. And that's without kids. But these women are asking these men who are making $50,000, $60,000 a year to give up a portion of their income to support this unemployed mother. Despite the fact that he has his own rent to pay, his own part of everything to pay. And on his side, he still has to pay for the children. He still has to pay for food for them. He still has to pay for everything for them, for their clothes and stuff on his side. But usually when child support is given to a mother that's unemployed, they do end up going to court again once the kids are in school. And the father's definitely going to say, hey, I shouldn't be paying this child support anymore. She's more than fit enough to go to work. But that has to go to court in order for that to happen, right? But if you're a mom with no income, you're going to get a lawyer for free. And if he's paying child support, he can afford a lawyer too. A lot of fathers will just keep paying the child support instead of going to court because they have to pay the child support plus lawyer fees. So they won't fight for the child support to be reduced because they just can't afford a lawyer. So there's that. And she will just keep staying unemployed and keep collecting that child support because it works. Then there's the case where the father still, despite how much it costs him, his lawyer will still fight for child support to be reduced. And that's when the mother comes in, even though the child's in school, and says, like in my last video, I'm pregnant again and I can't go back to work because I'm pregnant. And now you're asking, well, what about the women that don't get pregnant again? How are they still doing it? Well, you could just say, well, I plan to go back to school, or I am going back to school to further my education to support my child. And then the courts will say, fine, if you're going to go back to school, then fine. His child support stays the same. Or the woman can come up and say, well, Your Honor, in the first 3 years of us being together, he didn't pay for any of this, he didn't pay for any of that, he didn't pay for any of this. And because you guys were together and planned to have a child together, he's not gonna collect every receipt or everything he's ever paid in the first month. So she just keeps claiming stuff, and then all of a sudden there's something called arrears involved. So now his child support's now increased from $500 to $600 because he has to pay for the time that he didn't pay child support back when they were together. There's so many loopholes in the child support calculation that that's how it destroys his life. Women will find ways to keep that child support coming so they don't have to go to work. And that's how it destroys his life. But again, every situation is different.
When does it stop, gentlemen? Relationships have become like a circus and men are paying heavily for it. The laws of relationships are changing fast and most women are having a feast at it while the role of the guy is still actually same as it was ages ago. You are still the provider and that's okay. I'm not here to actually support men that don't take care of their children. We all have to take responsibility for our actions because it shows that you're a conscious being and you make conscious decisions. But women also have to take responsibility on their end when it comes to giving birth and taking care of their kid. There are so many ways that women can prevent pregnancy if they are sexually active. When does the guy have a say about a pregnancy? I know that once the baby is here, I have to pay child support if the relationship doesn't work out. So, does that give me a chance for an opinion in the matter? It feels like being between a rock and a hard place. I have to make peace with being broke and or get stuck in an unhappy relationship. You might not even have a say in how your relationship ends. Statistics shows that most breakups and divorce are initiated by women. If the woman was there to mint you out, she'll have a time for her life with your paycheck. She'll not have a reason to stay around if you're going to pay for her lifestyle through alimony and insane amount of child support. It's challenging to believe that actually a woman had genuine intentions with you when you actually first go into a relationship, when she'd rather drag you through courts and see you homeless than miss her alimony or child support check. Gentlemen, feelings change along the way, but what makes a woman want to see the man that she once loved burned? I'll tell you what it is. Convenience and greed. Some women are taking man as a means to an end. They don't care the emotional wreck they leave behind as long as she has a man that finances her luxury. And modern women will leave a guy for some of the actually pettiest reasons. She feels like she isn't herself, so she wants a break, or she doesn't feel the attraction anymore. Well, that's great, Mary, but did you consider me? Will I be myself after you breaking up with me and making me bankrupt after a year of divorce and trauma? A lot of guys can't get onto their feet after a divorce as it's a very painful process, and that's the challenge with most modern relationships. We want our relationships to be picture perfect throughout. Women want to live like their favorite celebrity and tour the world like she changes channels like on the TV. Meanwhile, tolerance is something that some women pretend doesn't exist when it comes to long-term relationships. Everyone has imperfections that don't necessarily have to be deal breakers. Healthy and long-term relationships maintain its flavor and thrill over a stretch period of because genuine emotional connection. The emotional connection is what inspires a partner to take the other as they are. She'll not overlook your imperfections, but she'll focus on your strengths when she is genuinely attracted to you. Relationships founded on a material gain are fragile, and women seem to benefit more on these type of relationship as they are pushing for it to be the norm. You've probably seen a woman that's earning more than a guy pressing his cojones for more child support and alimony. Now, is that about the child, or you are dealing with the bitter ex or an ex that wants you as her source of income and lifestyle support insurance? Gentlemen, if you are worried about the alimony and child support in this video, you're missing a crucial deal. Listen closely. When a woman pretends to be sexually attracted to you to mint you out, it means that she'll have to fake actions that are inspired by emotional connections to convince you that she's on your side. You'll have half-baked experiences in your relationship because the woman hasn't genuinely settled for you. You'll have some good experiences, but when you finally understand the genuine intention that the women had, those sweet memories turn into bitter ones because the boundary between the deception and what's real is just too blurry. Women are good at getting what they want from beta guys. Think about it. When you start up a relationship with a woman that plans to max you out like a credit card, what she brings to the relationship? Ask yourself. Beta will be comfortable a woman just bringing her presence to the relationship. And that, gentleman, makes you an easy target actually for malicious women. Now we can rant about the type of women that have turned romantic relationships into corporations, or I could tell you how you can flag them early in your relationship. Gentlemen, let's ask some questions and get our answers. Is she always receiving? Did you say yes? Well, everyone likes to feel appreciated. One way to maintaining an exciting romantic relationship is make your partner feel appreciated by you as compared to other people. When you're receiving more affection and attention from other women than your girl, then it shows that there is something your girl is not doing. Evaluate your relationship and look at what you give and what you receive. It doesn't have to be expensive gifts or anything monetary, but how is your woman reciprocating to your affection and love? If she's all about receiving, that's a woman that actually will put all the relationship tax levy on you and watch it draw on you. A woman that's always receiving is a huge sign because you'll never know how much the woman understands you. I don't think she'll care much about your mental and emotional health when she doesn't understand you well. Is she not working on her dreams? The question is a killer. She talks like Oprah Winfrey and then sits on the couch do nothing. Listen, mate, you meet a gorgeous woman and she impresses you with her dreams. She wants to travel the world, take cruise on luxury ships, and just eat life with a golden spoon. But when you're in a relationship, you notice that actually she's not working on achieving the dreams she had set out to. Well, she might actually be working towards it, just in a different way. You are her financial ticket to her dreamland. Doing is different than talking. That's how you end up with a healthy, strong woman that can't work to support herself because you had a relationship with her. A woman that believes actually in achieving her dreams and ambitions, and she's actively working towards it, will be comfortable taking care of herself. So is she the prize? Women that feel like they are a prize in the relationship are some of the most notorious when it comes to imposing relationship tax levy on guys. You'll know a woman perceives herself as the prize in the relationship when you actually find yourself always chasing after her. That's a woman with a mindset that she's too good for the relationship. She'll want you to bow to her every demand because in her head she thinks that she can do better. And it's simple to know when a woman is full of herself and thinks she can do better. Observe how she actually interacts with you as compared to other people you know she respects. A woman that comes into the relationship, the desire to understand and grow the relationship with you will have a different mindset. She'll want to make compromise and sacrifice to make you comfortable in the relationship. The caring part doesn't disappear during separation. She'll not want to stretch you up beyond what she feels you can handle. Does she have the victim mindset? Is the answer yes? Listen, mate, I can't highlight all the signs that flag a woman that's out to max you up because there are so many. But another type of women that can make relationship levy rain on you are women that have the victim mindset. A woman with a victim mindset never takes responsibility when things don't work out the way they wanted. It's normal for relationships to end. Nonetheless, a woman that feels she's a victim in this situation will not have a mercy on you when it's time to put your wallet in the guillotine. That's because she blames you for the relationship not working out, and if she's the one actually that broke up with you. She blames you for the feelings she's experiencing, and she totally ignores the part she played to make the relationship unsuccessful. A new relationship will always be thrilling, and you look at a woman and think that you found the one. You have to be careful of those feelings as they can easily get you manipulated by women that don't have good intention with men. Take care of yourself so that when you are in the relationship you are protected from malice. That's all from me, gentlemen. Thank you for watching. If you want to schedule a consultation, you know what to do. Click the link at the description section below and we will respond to you less than 24 hours. See you in the next video. Peace.